The part which is very similar between the Estonian, Latvian, and Lithuanian entrepreneurs that we think, on a global scale at the very beginning, because there is not such a big market in here, so you have to create a product that could be, or in an ideal way, will be successful on a global scale. And then at the same time, to compete on a global scale, it's not enough to be cost efficient. It's not enough to be good. You have to be amazing, and you have to develop the very innovative product that solves the pain, solves the problems on a global level, and then push them outside.
Nikita, it's great to see you again. Thanks for taking time to speak to us on a Friday afternoon with this gorgeous weather.
Of course, and it's my pleasure as well. Thanks for having me.
Let's get started. Perhaps for those who have not yet had the pleasure of meeting you, just tell us briefly who you are and what you do.
Right. So my name is Nikita, and I work at the Investment and Development Agency of Latvia. So basically the agency that is responsible for the foreign investment attraction and export promotion and innovation and, business incubation, new entrepreneurship development. So basically a huge package of different kind of support mechanisms. But what I do at the agency is that I run the innovation and technology department. So I focus on the vector that is primarily focused on science commercialization, startup development, and then different kind of support mechanisms, financial and non-financial, to help out the beautiful minds of Latvian entrepreneurs to actually create something new, to follow their dreams and build something beautiful.
That's wonderfully put. And this is actually the third time we're in Latvia this year. And that just shows that we find it fascinating what's happening in the Latvian ecosystem. And so every time we come here, we keep being surprised by innovation, by the companies that are producing solutions, and equally surprised that when we go back, almost no one has heard about what's cooking in Latvia. So what's your take on this? Why is this happening, and how is LIA helping remedy that?
Awesome. That's a great question, because while on the business trips, and being abroad, I come up with the same solution that, we've got a beautiful, amazing ecosystem with tons of innovative solutions. Not that many people actually know about that abroad. And there is a kind of easy and stereotypical answer to that, is that in a sense of communication and marketing, the Latvian as a nation, in a sense, we better lock ourselves in the garage and work on the product rather than, speak up on the stages. But what we do, and that's one of the objectives that I didn't mention before, about the country branding, is something that we work on very specifically to tackle that challenge. So and primarily focusing the country branding and all the materials and all the communication, proposing that Latvia is the place where sustainable innovations, or the innovations in a sustainable way, are developed on a regular basis, and that there are here many solutions that are completely innovative on a global scale, and our job is to become the voice to push this information and our achievements into the world. And that's what we do in collaboration with our representatives all around the world, and representatives, kind of Latvian representatives all around the world that do not work for the agency but are willing, the diaspora part of any country would push this information into them, so they would be the ambassadors of Latvia around the globe.
Yes. More of that. Now, I want to explore a little bit about the nature of entrepreneurship in Latvia. Latvia has shared some recent history with Estonia, with Lithuania. How do you think that history has shaped the mindset of entrepreneurs in your ecosystem, and how do they approach the process of creating new companies?
Oh, that's a beautiful question. So what I would highlight is that we're small countries, tiny nations with big ambitions, and we as a nation, or as a Baltic nation, we want our people to drive and live the beautiful life. And for that, we need entrepreneurship to develop, the businesses to grow. But at the same time, since we are very small, we don't have the markets, so we primarily have to focus on export. And at the same time, we have to build very competitive businesses. So we would compete with Germany, France, doesn't matter. So on a global scale. So I believe this is the part which is very similar between the Estonian, Latvian, and Lithuanian entrepreneurs, that we think, on a global scale at the very beginning, because there is not such a big market in here. So you have to create a product that could be, or in an ideal way, will be successful on a global scale. And then at the same time, to compete on a global scale, it's not enough to be cost efficient. It's not enough to be good. You have to be amazing, and you have to develop the very innovative product that solves the pain, solves the problems on a global level, and then push them outside. So I would say this is one of the characteristics, one of the main characteristics of entrepreneurs in here, that it's a global mindset and a complete understanding of the necessity of being innovative, and innovation increasing the competitive advantage is the top priority. It's number one and number two on the list of to-do or of priorities. I would say all the entrepreneurs here in Latvia, but most of them.
Right. Okay. Now, there's of course the element of the size of the market. We know that Latvia is a small market, and that also, while it makes things a lot faster and a lot more convenient for starting companies, it also represents some challenges. Specifically, I think with the attracting of investment capital and with attracting talent. So how is LIA helping remedy that and helping the companies address those challenges?
They're practical challenges or practical objectives that we're helping with. But there is, at the same time, there are what the viewers and everybody else have to understand is the geopolitical situation. I just want to highlight it, because we lost many potential investment proposals during the Russian aggression. So basically, and since we're close to that, people relate or kind of think that we are in a dangerous situation. And so the foreign direct investments dropped, and the possibility of relocation of startups to Latvia dropped as well, very significantly, just because you want to be a little further from the conflict. So this is something that we have to highlight every time, speaking with the interviewers, speaking with the entrepreneurs, investors that were still part of NATO and part of the European Union. So it's very nice in here. But then on the practical objectives, right? We have, in the priority markets, we have the representatives of the agency all across, not all across the globe, but in the priority markets, and a support team here in Latvia that helps them with the foreign direct investments, and then the popularization of the Latvia as well. So the country branding plus our ambassadors is one of the instruments that we fine-tune and use to attract the investments. And then obviously tourism plays a big role as well, in a sense, and is one of our jobs as well that we have to work on, because on a business trip or on a tourist trip, that the person comes in here first time, explores the Latvia, and then meets some beautiful minds and some other people and that, and then put Latvia on the map. So we're tackling this, the investment and talent attraction from different perspectives. Very business type from the representative office, from the agency representatives around the globe, and then at the same time, attracting tourists, showing them how beautiful it is in here. And it's a nice weather today. There was a beautiful summer, and there's many things to do here in Latvia. And then obviously bringing our team, let's say the startup division team that I run as well. One of their objectives is to go in the priority markets, to take part in the exhibitions, in the conference, and actually, bring the word about Latvia. That it's an increasing startup community and startup ecosystem, especially if you are interested or willing or drive and passion is into more deep tech direction. Maybe I'm, subjective in a sense because that's my passion, working on deep techs, but all in all, the startup ecosystem is thriving, and we want people to know about that. So there is a business part, the tourism part, and then we go out and spread the word as well.
All right, and then what would you say is like the unique selling point of Latvia? So if you had only 10 seconds to convey to someone like, this is why you should come and check us out.
Right. Hunger. We are very hungry, both entrepreneurs and the government. We're very hungry for our first deep tech unicorn or many other unicorns in other sectors. We're very hungry, and we are very eager to help you build your product, and we're on a mission to do that.
That's so powerful. That's such a great word, hunger. I love it. Now, you must know that I do hundreds of interviews per year. And then I often ask similar questions in general before I go into the specifics. And I always ask about the vision. Now, I hear lots of visions, and sometimes I forget them.
Okay.
But when we last spoke, the vision that you shared with me has stuck to my mind. It's like this idea that you want Latvian innovation to be recognized by the brightest minds around the world.
Yes.
How's that vision evolved? Is there anything that you would add to that, just to remind the audience of just how ambitious Latvian startup ecosystem is?
So I'm very happy that it's stuck in your mind, and we're working on it further. So basically, I mentioned as well that it would be a vision or an objective to put Latvian technology into the space as well, right into the Lunar Gateway expedition and others, and we're in a very precise and methodological process to actually do that. And if not only but all the bright minds and the best scientists or entrepreneurs in the world, we have many events that would tackle and showcase the Latvian one. It's happening every April, March, plus more or less. It's a deep tech atelier. So basically, that's the place where you can see step by step how this vision is evolving and is becoming a reality. All the talented and talented entrepreneurs within the deep tech, and not only deep tech, with the passion in their speech and the sparks in their eyes, and that are sharing very complicated things in a simple manner so everybody would understand, and then you have standing ovations and everybody is very inspired. So this is still the vision, and we want to become not only known, but we want to invite the brightest minds of the world to come to Latvia as well, and we want to become, or we are on a mission to become the hub for innovation, sustainable innovations as well. So since we're very hungry, we're very welcoming as well to entrepreneurs and startups and scientists to come here and to become part of our mission, and to help us we can help them to achieve their mission, and by doing that we can achieve our vision.
That's amazing. That's super inspiring. Nikita, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure catching up. Hope to see you again soon.
Likewise. Thanks.